Hello, I'm Lara Kulcharsan and this is Newsfeed. We're kicking things off with a video that's taking the internet by storm, with over 350 million views and counting. This was the moment New Zealand's parliament had to hit pause when MPs broke into a haka, the powerful traditional Maori dance, in protest. They were responding to a bill that could change how the country's founding treaty with the Maori people is interpreted. Meanwhile, thousands are marching towards the capital, Wellington, in what is known as hikoi. They are set to arrive on November 19, the original day the bill is due. So, what's really going on here?
In 1840, a treaty was signed between the British Crown and 500 Maori chiefs. It set the rules for how the country is governed, but there are different interpretations because the English and Maori versions don't match perfectly. This has obviously led to disputes. To this day, the treaty helps shape laws to help fix historical injustices, ensuring Maori land rights, protecting their culture, and working towards fair treatment. But the populist right-wing ACT Party says it's unfair. It's not happy sharing governance matters with Maoris, arguing Indigenous citizens are getting preferential treatment. So they want to introduce a new bill to level the playing field. But Maoris and their supporters believe the bill threatens the rights of Indigenous people, who represent around 20% of the population.
The bill is hugely unpopular, including with members of the ruling Conservative coalition. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon allowed the bill to be read for the first time on Thursday, but has made it clear that he doesn't support it. The bill also requires a referendum to pass. Given these factors, many people believe it'll not pass.
Well, the goal is just to let the government know that we won't stand for any of the stuff they're trying to put on our people, trying to dictate to us things that have been set in place by our tūpuna 184 years ago. So we're not going to put up for it. We've had enough of being pushed around on our own whenua. So we're here to make a stand and unite as a people.
I think that the bill is quite stupid. I don't doubt David Seymour's sincerity, but his logic is wrong. He imagines that to have equal rights, we've all got to have the same rights. Well, sameness and equality are two different concepts.
That's my purpose of coming out, is unite all the people of this land. We are tangata whenua, we need to be acknowledged.
I guess just showing the world who we truly are, and this is who we are. We are people that are united and who show up for one another and protect our mokopuna, protect our legacy that our tupuna fought so hard for. So I think going from here, it's just continuing to be ourselves, continuing to have that kotaitanga in the way we walk.
We've come here because Indigenous solidarity is so important, and in the last year our fight for the Palestinian people, the Maori people have always shown up for us because we're both Indigenous peoples and we both deserve sovereignty and the freedom to live on our own land, and we believe that true of all people, not just us, for the Maori people as well.
Singles Day may be behind us, but the holiday shopping frenzy is already in full swing. With Black Friday, Christmas, and New Year's just around the corner, e-commerce giants are taking center stage, and so are their jaw-dropping sales. Not sure about your feed, but mine was buzzing this weekend, packed with Temu hauls and influencers showing off hundreds of items they snag for $0. Zero.
Oh my goodness, you can see all this stuff I'm holding. I paid $0 for all this stuff.
Let's open it up and let's see what we got.
I am obsessed. So I saw influencers getting free stuff from Temu, so I had to try it. I was influenced.
I got these from Temu. I mean, they had the hookup. I got these for $0.
Temu launched in the US in 2022 and quickly gained traction in Western markets. It later expanded to Europe before turning its focus on Southeast Asia. In 2023, it entered the Philippines and Malaysia. This year, it added Thailand, Brunei, and Vietnam to its list of markets. Rising consumerism in Southeast Asia, driven by a booming middle class, has made the region a prime target for e-commerce platforms. With online shopping sales nearing $160 billion in 2024, the timing couldn't have been better for Temu to expand internationally. It has deployed the same winning formula: cheap products, massive discounts, aggressive advertising, and a gamified shopping experience that keeps users hooked. But while consumers enjoy the insanely cheap prices, markets across Southeast Asia are feeling this strain. The influx of cheap Chinese-made goods, often with minimal import taxes, has left local vendors struggling to compete.
In Thailand, the impact has been devastating. Nearly 2,000 factories shut down, and more than 50,000 workers lost their jobs in the last financial year, largely due to greater competition and rising costs. The situation is pretty much the same for the rest of the region. That's why many local businesses are calling for action. Indonesia has already taken the toughest stance, raising taxes and banning e-commerce on social media platforms in 2023. The move forced TikTok Shop to partner with a struggling local competitor to stay operational. And Indonesia ordered Temu's removal from app stores in October, citing the need to protect local merchants. Last week, Vietnam joined the fight, threatening to ban both Temu and Chinese fast fashion giant Shein, claiming they lacked approval to do business in the country.
Now, let's talk about a boxing match that really didn't live up to the massive hype. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, a fight that left fans feeling deflated. If you don't know it yet, Paul, the YouTuber-turned-fighter, beat boxing legend Tyson on points. The fight, streamed live on Netflix, played out in front of a sold-out crowd at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. But fans were disappointed. Many claimed the match was rigged and scripted from the very beginning, and that Tyson was too old and wasn't able to generate any offense against his younger opponent. He landed just 18 punches compared to Paul's 78.
This video is going viral of a dude smashing his TV with a plate and then completely tearing it down, and people are saying it's because he bet his life savings on the fight. And people are really pissed off because we all know that the fight was rigged. And some people, like this guy, lost everything on a rigged fight against a TikToker. Other people broke out in tears, sad to see a legend lose to an amateur boxer. For somebody like myself who doesn't follow boxing closely, even I could tell that Mike was holding back. And people were saying that this next clip was the moment that Mike realized he was going too hard and pulled back. So we all know Mike to be a very ferocious fighter, and a moment like this, he would have attacked and not pulled back, letting Jake Paul get his bearings again. This is the moment right after that punch. You could tell that Jake Paul did not like that. He backed himself into the ropes, getting as far away from Mike as he possibly could. The only round that Mike Tyson showed his skills and performance was the first round to get people excited for the fight. This was a complete show, completely scripted. Because unfortunately, they make more money off of Jake Paul at TikToker boxing than they do Mike Tyson, and that's why they paid Jake Paul $40 million and they only paid Mike Tyson $20.
The outcome of that fight was not the only thing that viewers were frustrated with. Those attempting to stream it live on Netflix encountered significant disruptions. The service faced numerous glitches, buffering, and freezing, leaving many unable to follow the live action. But right after the match ended, netizens had a field day taking the mic. The The South African government is locked in a standoff with thousands of illegal miners holed up in a disused gold mine in Stilfontein in the Northwest Province. Authorities are taking extreme measures to flush them out, and they have warned that when they surface, they will be arrested.
This is a crazy breaking story happening in South Africa right now. 4,500 illegal miners are essentially trapped underground in Klerksdorp in the northwest. Authorities are trying to crack down on the Zama Zama activity in the area by cutting off their food and water supply while they are underground. They are hoping this will force miners to resurface so that police can arrest them. However, the miners are refusing to exit the mines and they are starting to starve and become dehydrated. They are even requesting food and water so that they can remain stationed underground for longer. So far, about 1,000 miners have decided to resurface and they have been arrested. However, around 4,500 remain underground. There's reports that some of the miners underground have already died and their bodies are starting to decompose.
In South Africa, illegal miners are called Zama Zama, which is isiZulu for take a chance. Recent years have seen several mines close down due to slumps in the sector and the high costs of labor. This has resulted in a rise in illegal mining and has created a black market that costs the government hundreds of millions of dollars each year. The government's heavy-handed response has been widely criticized. On Saturday, a court ruled that the police must lift restrictions on food and water at the mine. This allowed locals to lower 600 packets of instant porridge and 600 liters of water into the mine shaft, which is a big rudimentary hole in the middle of a field. A miner who resurfaced described the desperate conditions underground and why people are risking their lives down there.
There's nothing left for someone to eat, to drink, or anything that can make a human being to survive. There's nothing left underground. We decided because of hunger and know that where we can get something to eat is only on this mine. The owner, they left open. That's why I see myself on underground for my family, to get for them to eat, and myself as well.
Now for a sweet start to the week. Trends come and go, and that's how it is. We thought this one would also go away soon enough, so we ignored it. But it still appears on everyone's Explore page, timeline, or online advertisements. Presenting the Dubai chocolate craze. The pistachio-filled chocolate mania spread like wildfire because of this video, which has over 90 million views. She's not the owner of the idea behind the chocolate, but many created their own dupes after her video. Even the famous Swiss chocolate maker Lindt launched its version recently. The creator of the sweet sensation says she's surprised by the reactions.
It started simply because I had a crazy craving while I was pregnant with my second daughter. I used to send my husband into Dubai to find me different desserts, different chocolates, which were all great, but never gave me my fix.
And on that sweet note, it's time to say goodbye. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.